This is a story of hope and a story of what can be and what we must always achieve. I commend the steady investment that we have enjoyed in Kenya in the scholarships from this foundation. I think you're still supported by the MasterCard Foundation. And then very recently in the Elimu Yetu, we got the Global Partnership for Education known as GPE that has put in money that has come through the World Bank. So all these personal corporate contributions are worthy to be acknowledged and worthy to be celebrated. So we thank you for your personal and corporate contribution that has shown what can be done in Kenya that can root a leadership in terms of how we think about education for our children. And the government therefore sees it has to play a very important role in terms of providing the regulatory framework, the enabling framework that will allow actions like this to happen. And Equity has grabbed this opportunity of having this framework to do much more. And that is why it is worthwhile to celebrate this.
Before us is 1,283 scholars, combining Elimu scholars and Wings to Fly scholars. They have overcome the circumstances that we saw to achieve the grades that have put them to be here. They represent a resilient generation of young Kenyans who hold to hope against all odds to make progress. And if that is what our country will be in future, then we shall have a great country. Children who, despite their circumstances and situations, cling on hope and know that their effort counts. Today we are celebrating their efforts that made them to be the stars of last year's exam. This program is about community partnerships. The parents played their role, the kids were disciplined, they held to hope, the teachers encouraged them and did what they did. We recognize this program without knowing how much partnership there is in community. The teachers of this country are doing a great job and a service. A country that doesn't invest in its youth is busy destroying its future, because it's the youth that really form the body of a future of a country. I see great hope. I see greater prosperity in our informal sectors and in our slums. These are the change makers, and I want to really applaud the government, particularly for accepting that 33% of all the scholars under Elimu Scholarship goes to informal settlements.
In 2020, over 62,000 candidates sat for the exam. And the majority of these candidates, most of them are from the informal settlement. Equity Bank has held their hands, and today we are seated here with the confidence that we shall be joining our secondary schools. This is an amazing program which helps clever but needy children to access education. This program has managed to transform students to be courageous, creative, and compassionate leaders who could not have managed secondary or university education. We wish to thank the Equity Foundation for giving opportunity clever but needy children from the informal settlement to transit to secondary and university education. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to note that the Wings to Fly does not only fill the void of lack of school fees, but also mentor students to be great leaders in future.
I want to appreciate this program because we have been one of the beneficiaries of this program. We always have students sponsored by this foundation, and we have seen those students in our school coming out in a very outstanding way in terms of performance and in terms of character.